The Hungarian-born actress and socialite Ta Zsa Zsa Gabor has died. Her age was a closely guarded secret, but she was thought to have been 99. She made more than 60 films, but became better known for her husbands, who by her own reckoning numbered 8.5. She didn't really count her Spanish duke, who she left after a few hours. This report from Nick Hyam contains some flashing images.
Ta Zsa Zsa Gabor may have been a great beauty, but she was never a great actress.
I know everything. I heard the verdict.
It's dangerous for you to come here.
I must take that risk, and so must you.
Her screen career was undistinguished, though it did include camp classics like the truly terrible Queen of Outer Space.
If you must go, promise me you're going to come back to me.
I don't want to.
Her greatest role was as herself, one of the first professional celebrities famous for simply being famous. She was rich, she was gorgeous, she was outrageous, and she ate men for breakfast. Her last marriage in 1986 was her 8th, or 9th, if you include an illegal ceremony conducted at sea.
Women don't even get married anymore today. They just have love affairs. As I was raised in a convent, I thought you have to get married, legalized, which was dumb. But now I just believe myself to live in sin. It's wonderful, girls. Don't get married. It's insanity. You have to become their servant. You have to look after their house, and they cheat on you. Who the hell needs that?
In 1989, she was briefly jailed for hitting a Hollywood traffic cop twice her size. She was well into her 70s, though during the court case she was accused of doctoring her driving licence to disguise her age. By then, her film career had collapsed into self-parody. Here she is with Frankie Howard.
Every time I see, I get lumps in my throat.
But she never lost a certain innocence, nor her wit. As she once said, "I'm a marvellous housekeeper. Every time I leave a man, I keep his house."
Well, let's speak now to the entertainment journalist Jeanne Walsh. She joins us from Hollywood, and she'd known Ta Zsa for decades. Just describe to us what she was like as a person.
You know, vitality is the word that you want to think of. Vitality means full of life. She was full of verve, full of, spice. Wanted everything and wasn't afraid to say so. Wanted men, wanted jewels, wanted fame, and got it all. She was very bold and feisty. Boy, when she was mad, you knew it. But as long as she was the center of the spotlight, she was one of the most fascinating people I ever met in my life. She had just more of everything than the rest of us. She even wrote a book saying one lifetime is not enough. It wasn't for Ta Zsa. She was raised by a mother who groomed her daughters to be stars, even though they were from Hungary and really had no hope of that. Moved to America and got some small roles, but the directors never complained about whether or not she was a good actress. She came through the screen. She flirted through the screen. She made love to the camera. And everybody wanted her on their show, their talk show, their game show, because she knew how to play her Hungarian accent. And so that she could say things that sounded naughty, slightly sexy, slightly off color, and act innocently as if she didn't mean it. Everyone liked to imitate her. Dahling this and Dahling that, but no one was really like her. She was the Dahling.
And I understand that we've got a picture of you with her. Just tell us a little bit about this time.
Well, I interviewed her many, many times. That time, we went to a very glamorous spa in Florida where she was taking a bubble bath and doing her makeup and showing, showing us all the grand life. Then we sat down and she was to eat this fantastic dinner, raise a glass of champagne and go through that. Well, at the end of the shoot, I don't know about there, but here, when there's food on the table, the grips and the behind-the-scenes people usually come and eat it. Ta Zsa said, "Wrap up the roses, wrap up the caviar. I'm taking it all home." She was just unapologetically a demanding star, a diva, but you had to love her. She would always give me advice. "Jeanne, I don't like the way you're doing your hair. Jeanne, you got to do this." And she gave the world advice about how to get a man, how to keep a man, and then how to get rid of a man. That was the title of one of her books.
I mean, you say you just had to love her. I guess we've seen this public face of hers, the glamour, the kind of playing up for the camera. But what do you think it is, as her friend, as somebody who knew her on a more personal level, that people don't know that they should?
They should know about her tremendous sense of humor. She liked parodying herself. She liked making fun of herself. They should know about her warmth. She was a good girlfriend. I don't mean to guys, but to women. She would freely give advice and try to help people out. She was sweet, and she was always funny and always good for a laugh. She also insisted, though she was very proud of her skincare line, that she never had any plastic surgery. And she, put out a $1 million challenge. Anybody who could prove she had a facelift could get $1 million, and no one ever came forward. She just dared to be so feminine and yet so strong. Vitality again. I heard that she died. I shed a few tears, and then I said, put on the sparkles. Where are the feathers? You've got to celebrate Zsa Zsa the way she would want to be celebrated.
Oh, what a tribute to her, celebrating her as she would have wanted to be celebrated. Thank you so much.
Thanks.